How new laws coming into effect today could impact your life. Several new laws come into place at the beginning of April. A series of new laws came into effect from midnight, and they could have a significant impact on your life. Many will be affected by new legislation concerning household income and living costs of millions of people around the UK. A number of the laws have already made headlines, but others have slipped through the net. We've rounded up 7 of the new laws which are most likely to affect your life. Here are new laws in 7 areas which might touch upon your life. You could be earning more. People earning the minimum wage will see a boost in pay from April. The rate will rise to £7.50 an hour for over 25s, up by 30p compared to last year. There will be smaller increases for 18-20 and 21-24-year-olds, to £5.60 and £7.05 respectively. The government says it is planning to move towards a national minimum wage of £9 per hour by 2020. Its critics say that is not rapid enough. But taxing your car could cost more. From April, only zero-emission cars, which are likely to be 100% electric, will be exempt from road tax, which means people who bought low-emission cars, some of which avoid the tax and the current rules, are likely to be disappointed. Every other vehicle which is bought new will be charged at a tiered first-year rate based on its CO2 emissions. This could be more expensive for some cars. At the moment, the amount of road tax you pay is determined by your car's CO2 emissions. Any car that emits under 100 grams/km of CO2 is exempt. From April, CO2 emissions will only play a part in determining tax in the vehicle's first year of registration. Cars will then be subject to a £140 flat fee for every year after that, plus an extra £310 for models costing over £40,000 when new. But remember, this only applies to new cars bought after April. If you already own a car, or will be buying one registered before April 2017, you will continue to be taxed under the old system. You can access cash for pensions advice. From April 6, consumers will be able to get a £500 tax-free allowance for employer-funded pensions advice. By combining it with the pensions advice allowance, individuals will be able to get up to £1,000 worth of advice. The pensions advice allowance offers people up to £500, tax-free, from their pension pot tax, to pay for retirement advice. The government says it will make advice more affordable and encourage consumers to consider taking advice to plan for their retirement. Statutory sick pay, family-related pay and redundancy pay are rising. The weekly rate of statutory maternity, paternity, adoption and shared parental pay will increase to £140.98. Statutory sick pay will increase to £89.35. If you're unfortunate enough to be made redundant, from April the amount of money you'll receive will rise. Statutory redundancy payments are based on age, weekly pay and number of years in the job. The maximum weekly amount of weekly pay will rise from £479 to £489. The highest award statutory redundancy pay will increase from £14,370 to £14,670. Young people might find it easier to get an apprenticeship. A new levy on big businesses to fund an immigration skills charge will come into force in April. The new tax will raise £3 billion a year from businesses with a salary bill of more than £3 million a year, so smaller companies won't be hit. The money raised will be given to businesses that will use it to offer apprenticeships and on-the-job training for over 16s, so it might be easier to get paid to learn a new skill this year. There will be a new immigration skills charge. The government says the new immigration skills charge, due to come into force on April 6, is part of plans to reduce Britain's reliance on migrant workers. It will be levied on companies that employ migrants in skilled roles and will cost larger businesses £1,000 per employee a year. Charities and small organizations will be a reduced rate of £364. Parents can apply for tax-free childcare. From April 28, parents of children aged under 2 will be eligible to apply for the government's new tax-free childcare initiative. The government says it will cut childcare costs for working families by up to £2,000 per child per year, or £4,000 for disabled children. It will eventually be rolled out to children under 12, or under 17 for young people with disabilities. From September, parents of 3 and 4-year-olds in England will also be able to apply for a 30 hours free childcare offer worth some £5,000 per child. A new website, called Childcare Choices, has been launched to help people calculate which is the best deal for them. Following on from a recent law that forced vendors to conceal tobacco products from public view, retailers were given until May of this year to phase out branded packaging and to stop selling small packets of cigarettes and tobacco. All brands' packaging will now have to follow an identical drab green template, while packets of 10 cigarettes and pouches of tobacco smaller than 30 grams will be banned. The changes have been lauded by anti-smoking groups and health lobbies, who believe that the changes will make young people less likely to try smoking or develop addictions.